Well, it's probably filtering that out, but it sounds like there's an airplane flying overhead. So apparently I picked the wrong time to start the video. Tweakers. Gotta love them. Not really. So, of course, there's the Bryan Wilgus situation. I have gotten so much shit for even talking to Bryan. Um, you get to hear with all these folks that are on the streets, they want to talk shit about everybody else. Don't fucking say it. Don't say that shit to me if you don't want it posted public. Don't talk shit on your neighbor and then fucking smile in his face. I know that Bryan Wilgus isn't going to be able to keep his word because he's on Tweakertime. Now, maybe we give him the benefit of the doubt and believe that he's sober. Now, I'm going to show you the text between him and I. I haven't even read his texts yet. I know that the first one is some crap about how I asked him to fucking do some tweaker shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? No, I would not. Now let's go through the videos. You guys can hear it. I try to explain it to him. I try to make it simple. I'm also having to deal with communication issues due to being interrupted repeatedly. He eventually got the point, sort of, or so I thought. He was even able to sounds like an A6 intruder. Huh. Alright. I probably got that wrong. I tried to message him last night so yesterday during the day, it was on my way going for a walk. And I get like 5 or 6 text messages at the very beginning of the walk. Now the fuck? Alright. I'm gonna go outside and see if, God forbid, somebody sends some intercontinental ballistic missiles. Jesus Christ. That is fucking obnoxious. Here I am, too many cords, tearing stuff up just because I got too many cords. Alright, good news, no contrails. Doesn't look like we're being attacked by any intercontinental ballistic missiles. I didn't really expect that we would be, but that's annoying as hell. So I'll go through the whole story here in a minute, but first we're going to go through the actual messages. After he let me know that not only had he been ghosting me for 3 days, he'd had his phone, and he, of course, didn't text me until he saw me walking out of the house. Like, what the fuck kind of tweaker shit is that? I texted him, I tried for a week with you, but it's cost me a week. $100 a day for 5 hours of looking at evidence is a sweet deal. But a job like that doesn't last when you don't bother to do the work, and instead you fuck off all day on unrelated stuff. I'm not going to explain to the cops why you are in a car outside the local crack house, all tweaker status, claiming I asked you to. Do you understand how that doesn't help me? You said you aren't homeless. You said you aren't homeless, so You should have access to electricity. You aren't responsible with the phone. You don't have it when you need it. And when you message me repeatedly to tell me you are in a car creeping on me for some unknown reason, you just decided to assign to me as if it's, sorry, let's see. You just decided to assign me as if it's what I asked for because you haven't been responsible. I had to post the stuff with Cynthia and Sharon that could have been kept safe. You are literally doing the same thing as Tiffany and Mike. Let me see. Which has just turned into an expensive shit show of people who are all tweaker time, whether they are on meth or not. You left for food a legal paper and the phone 3 days ago. No call, no show. 3 days ago. Oh, and the word repeatedly at the very bottom there. Yeah, he disappeared 3 days ago. I hadn't eaten yet. I was hungry. He didn't come prepared. He didn't bring the god phone. Didn't bring any of the paper evidence that he took with him. He came here unprepared, completely unprepared. And like every time that he says he's going to go and do something real quick, he wants to con me into giving him money. That's what he wants to do. When you go back and listen to these things, yes, very much. He knows I have money. He wants the money. What's he spending the money on? I don't care. As long as you do your job. Now, I do want to show you the messages that after 3 days of fucking ghosting me and ignoring me, let me show you. He sends me, let me make sure I go to all the texts that he sent me. So I wanted to make sure nobody was harassing him. Made sure to be a big dick online. Hopefully he'd knock his shit off. Maybe if I'm not friends with Wilgus, maybe Wolnez will knock his shit off. Now it says, this is from Bryan. This is what he wanted to text me while I was on the walk. He typed, no one is harassing me. I just got my phone back from the kids. The kids took my phone. I've been doing my job. I've been observing you. I've been looking at you. Right now I'm in a vehicle, but I'm observing what's going on. I will send you a report tonight. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell is this tweaker shit? What the hell is this tweaker shit? What is it? What is it? I will send you a report tonight about my observations and everything that's fact or fiction type of shit, basically you've asked me to do. No, this is not what I fucking asked him to do. This is tweaker shit. I have actual evidence to go through. I don't need tweakers doing tweaker shit. When they go off and do this shit and they waste your money, you're supposed to just be fine with it. When they waste a bunch of your time and then they swear that they're going to go to the store and they're going to get the phone and they're going to come right back, and then they don't. And days later, they've got a fucking shit phone with a bunch of stuff attached to it, haven't brought your money back, and you're just supposed to accept that they're just not going to give you your money back. When he disappeared, he was supposed to get something to eat. That was 3 days ago. He was supposed to get something to eat. I gave him $40 for this, to go get something to eat, to go get his phone, and to get my goddamn legal papers that he took. He never came back with the food. He never came back with the phone. What he did instead is ghost me for 3 days and then send me this shit about how he's fucking stalking the house and stalking the fucking tweaker house. No, he hangs out over there. He's right across the street because that's where he's hanging out. I've seen him there hanging out several times. Am I going to go marching onto the property of the local crack house to go say, hey, is Bryan here? No, I'm not going to fucking do that. When Seth wanted to disappear, he disappeared to the same fucking crack house. Greg's crack house, right behind Veltri Insurance. Or sorry, right beside Veltri Insurance. I don't want the people behind Veltri Insurance getting in any trouble. They didn't do anything wrong. Hell, they've even been witnesses to the vandalism against my vehicle. But this right here, the fact or fiction type of shit. How about look at fucking evidence? Jesus Christ, I've got the evidence. I don't need you to fucking waste time and money on Tweaker shit. This is the thing that he gets so wrong, just like the rest of these fucking tweakers. Sure, they say they understand, but when it comes to, hey, I gotta go get my drugs, man, that's the behaviors they're showing me. They need to go get their drugs. They need to get well. When they show up here talking 200 miles an hour and can't listen for shit. But not long after that, they're passing out snoring and need to leave. Like, shit, man, you show up unfucking prepared. The phone is there for a reason. You don't fucking answer your phone. You ignore me for days. And then you send me tweaker shit like this. Holy fuck, dude. No, I don't need tweaker shit. I don't need anybody to do any of this crazy tweaker shit. So this is literally what he was texting me while I was on that walk. This stuff right here. Basically you've asked me to do. That's not what I asked him to do. Hell, an argument could be made for that's exactly the opposite of what I asked him to do. Now, you notice he's typing this tweaker shit at me. I'm still observing and making sure you're safe like you asked. That's not what I fucking asked. I didn't ask anybody to fucking do tweaker status shit like they think they're Miami Vice or fucking some crazy shit like that. That's unnecessary. And you can see it's a whole bunch of them. There's like 7 or 8 of them that he all rapid blasted me while I was walking. Maybe walking by me right now, actually, he types. No, not maybe. I said you will you actually are walking by me right now? So out of all of it, this is the stuff that after 3 days of fucking ghosting me, after ghosting me repeatedly before, this is the stuff that he's fucking sending me. He also typed, so just let you know, yesterday was a complete fucking shit show, and I will also be mentioning that in my report that I'll be sending you tonight. Like, holy fucking shit, what is this tweaker shit? What is this tweaker shit? What is it? Is this the thinking of a rational mind? No, this is straight up tweaker shit. He didn't come back. And I messaged him. That's not necessary, actually. I have all the evidence necessary. I'll send you a few links when I get back to my tent. Super hungry because I was going to get some food. He typed back to me, well, that is what you had asked me to do. So I've been doing just that for what it's worth. No, you fucking tweaker. That's not what I asked you to do. That is absolutely not what I asked you to do. He typed, it's not necessary for me to visual party or involve viewer, not a participant in these activities. He's been a participant in these activities. He has personally been an active participant in these activities. He types, not an active participant in these activities that way. I can be objective as best I can. No, he can't. He's a fucking tweaker. He's incapable of being objective. His drug addictions will get in the way. So you guys don't know the difference between somebody who is traumatized from this bullshit and an actual goddamn tweaker. So he's typing, let's see, best I can as a witness and the onlooker. I think that who I am is a relevant things I've done in the past is irrelevant. They won't define who I am. Jesus fucking Christ. What's this fucking tweaker bullshit? The stuff that he did in the past doesn't define him. I don't care. You being a fucking witness does matter. I mean, the in the past is irrelevant. What you mean, like yesterday, the day before? How far in the past are we going? Are we talking about like when women bring up stuff from the past in an argument from 20 years ago and then tells you that you're not allowed to bring up something from 5 minutes ago? You mean that thing? Just so you know, men do the same thing. My dad is exactly like that. Well, was until he died. So he's literally gone out of his way to just steal my money, waste my time, and then make something up in his head about me wanting him to hang out and fucking stalk this place and the fucking crack house. No, we can't even call it stalking the crack house because he's visiting anyway. Where is it that I usually run into Bryan Wilgus? Most of the time I run into him in between the fucking crack house and Safeway. Now he's got a place where he can, well, if there's kids there, hopefully he's not doing his drugs there. It's the things he's doing now that are the issue. How can I believe somebody is sober and not twacked out of their fucking gourd when this is what they're sending me? He also types, who I am is irrelevant. Things I've done in the past is irrelevant. They won't define who I am or my ability to objectively be a witness for my credibility. Well, he isn't capable of being credible. He's not capable of being honest. He's not capable of showing up on time. He's not capable of understanding the most simple concept. If someone's paying you for a job, you do the job. You show up on time. You show up prepared. I don't expect him to be clean. As far as sober, I would like him to be, but I don't expect him to be clean, as in I don't expect him to look good and smell good and be in his Sunday best. I mean, that day that he was fucking snoring to himself, he fucking shat himself right next to me. Now, he might not have shat himself. He might have just fucking been farting real slowly the entire time he was in here. Now, I'm glad that the next time that I saw him, he didn't smell like shit. How fucked up on drugs do you have to be to shit yourself sitting next to somebody and just sit there and fucking doze off? How fucked up on drugs do you have to be? Because sober people don't fucking do that. I want you guys to tell me about any sober person who does that under the age of 80. You know, I can understand an 80-year-old doing that. Hell, I can even understand a 60-year-old doing that to some extent. But this is some fucking crazy tweaker shit. I let him know none of that is necessary or what I asked for. I also don't need someone spending time on anything except looking at evidence and turning it in with me. Anything else is wasteful. Step one is look at the evidence. Now, here's the thing, is that with the whole drug thing, these guys aren't allowed to talk to the cops. It's against the rules. But they talk to the cops anyway. As long as nobody knows about it, it's fine. And so on and so on. Now, what I've been typing to him, this is me typing to him now. Step one is looking at the evidence. You have not been able to do so, and it's been one thing after another. Whatever the reason, you aren't up for the task. A Hollywood movie stakeout isn't something I need or would ever pay someone to do. Yeah, that's some fucking stalker bullshit. No, I don't want you to fucking stalk me or anyone else. This is not what I'm asking for. So I typed to him, I pay for hours looking at evidence and turning it in. Looking at evidence comes first. I need someone who can show up on time, look at evidence, and treat it like a real job. You are a witness to what has happened already. The reason I bought phones for people is so they wouldn't go on a shopping spree and give me excuses afterwards. Yeah, that's the reason that I went down and bought those phones. All right, I've given people money for phones before. None of them ever show back up. That's why I buy the phones. Those phones are specifically so that you can actually help me. If you want to use it for your own personal stuff, that's fine. But I paid you for a job and you fucking stole from me. Bryan Wilgus has literally stolen from me multiple times. It is stolen. The cash was rendered for goods or services that were not rendered. 3 days ago, he didn't bring me my food. $40 and he didn't bring me back my food. Now we're going to get to hear his tweaker bullshit, how he somehow twists it in his mind that him stalking me at this point somehow makes up for all of the money that he has stolen over time. Now then there's the money that's freely given. Yesterday, I told him I'd give him $20 so he could go get some food. And right before he leaves, you can hear me pulling out another, sorry, not 100, a 20. I apologize. I hand him the 20. And I slip out another 20 to give him, just in case. I guess that wasn't yesterday. That was 3 days ago. I typed, the reason I bought phones for people is so they wouldn't go on a shopping spree and give me excuses afterward. I'm not rich. It was also so the three of you could help instead of using the excuse of not having a phone. I don't need someone to figure out who to turn it into. See, I've already got it set up who I need to speak to. But because I have to do it over the phone, someone has to verify it with me. Because I have to send it to agencies who have committed crimes against me, somebody has to bear witness. Not fucking tweaker bullshit out in some car. Yeah, you're out there fucking doing the same thing the other tweakers do. You got the runners. You got the fucking dealer. The runners go out to the fucking cars for the dealer. Happens all day long. Shit, sometimes they'll sit there and fucking smoke in the goddamn vehicle. Do I walk up to the vehicle every day and fucking point the camera in their window despite the fact that I literally see people doing that every day? No, I fucking don't. For smarters, it's not the brightest idea that you can have. It ain't like recording somebody doing heroin. Like, they're probably too lazy to get off their ass. You fucking record a tweaker smoking his shit. Well, he's definitely not feeling human at that point in time. They don't smoke this stuff because it makes them feel okay. They smoke it because it makes them feel stupid, and that makes them feel okay. I also wrote, I already told you I have that part covered. Pun and Tiffany haven't called once. Mike Haynes hasn't called once. And you can't keep your phone. Sorry. I think it was, you can't keep your phone on you, but that's the end of the message. Until I scroll up a bit. Most, well, fuck it. We'll keep on reading. let's see. And you can't keep your phone charged or remember to bring it with you. When I trusted you with $100 to get a phone, I didn't get what I hoped for. I got what I feared, regardless of your reasoning, maybe. Regardless of what your reasoning may be. Sorry. When I gave you $40 for food and waited for you for over 3 hours, every time you con me into believing you will be right back, without exception, it has always taken at least 2 hours for you to return. He likes to tell me that he returned and said stuff and yelled over the fence. He's got a fucking phone. He's got a phone. If there's a dog, he wants to tell me that 3 times he came by here and he couldn't because the guy outside had the dog. Well, if the guy outside with the dog was out there all 3 times that you came by, then you came by one more time than he actually brings the dogs out. Yeah. The dogs get 2 walks a day and they come outside to potty in the yard twice a day. So 4 times a day. And there's a possibility that the dog came out for a few minutes, but when they take the dogs out, it's not like they leave the dogs out in the yard all day long, especially since they know that I'm having people come over that are supposed to be helping me. It's pretty simple to call me and let me know that you're going to show up at an unscheduled time. That's the problem with Tweakertime. They don't keep schedules. They show up whenever the fuck they want. And that's not helpful. It's not helpful when you promise to help me and then I spend a whole bunch of time setting aside everything else that I was working on, because the most important part is having someone in person who can verify the evidence and turn it in with me. When you're going to tell me that you'll be here in the morning and you don't show up in the morning, and then it's time for me to go get something to eat. It's time for me to stop waiting for you. I went down and got myself some food. I ate some food. That's what I did because he didn't come back. I mean, I'm telling him straight up what the issues are. I'm telling him straight up why. There is no passive aggression in that whatsoever. That is absolutely fucking direct. You can't get more direct than that. This is not passive aggressive in the least bit. I'm telling him exactly what the problem is, and his tweaker mind goes right back to the same goddamn bullshit. I also typed, you didn't get my papers from your table. You didn't get me food. You didn't grab your phone. You didn't send the video about the violations of the protection order you said you already made. And you were a no-call, no-show for several days. Good intentions are nice, and I'm thankful, but I've had to post shit. Sorry. I was starting to scroll down. See, these folks always like to say they did stuff, but they never follow through. How can I believe you did something if you've got no proof? If you never provide any proof? If you tell me that you did something and you do not follow through, I don't believe you. And the problem is that Wilgus repeatedly does not follow through. Now, I do understand he is a drug addict. And those of you who want to say, oh, well, Sean, it's your fault for associating with those drug addicts. Well, with all due respect, I was sent to those drug addicts by fucking law enforcement, TFCC, CARE, and of course, Nicole Vertner down there at the church. They don't want to do their jobs. Are they going to find out what's going to go on or what's going on? What did Nicole Vertner want to do instead of being what she should have been at that point, which is a mandatory reporter? Instead, she wanted to say that she's got a friend who's a state police officer and she'll talk to him. Did she ever get back to me? No. Now, what is it about these people that are drug addicts that's different from people like Nicole Vertner? Well, first of all, for all I know, Nicole Vertner is a drug addict too. I don't know. I don't hang out with her. They seem to do the same things, though. See, instead of listening to understand, he wanted to continually give ideas. Well, I got a lot of evidence to show. Now, if he sat down and looked at the evidence instead of interrupting to make a bunch of suggestions, like, hey, my friend Officer Sadler, well, let me tell you about a feller down at Denny's who wanted to tell me about his friend Officer Sadler, except he couldn't even remember Sadler's last name. It was Officer Adler. So between looking at evidence and turning it in with me, or going to your friend who has committed felonies against me, and I've explained to you he's committed felonies against me, you're trying to pull some Hollywood Miami Vice bullshit. I typed to him, I had to post shit I don't want to post because you aren't taking it seriously. This isn't Miami Vice. If you showed up on time or focused on keeping your word, we would already have a lot done. Instead, I'm wasting time and money I don't have. I also typed, I tried for a week with you, but it's cost me a week. You guys have already heard this one. $100 a day for 5 hours of looking at evidence is a sweet deal, but a job like that doesn't last when you don't bother to do the work. And instead, you fuck off all day on unrelated stuff, like that tweaker shit. I'm not going to explain to the cops why you were in a car outside the local crack house, all tweaker status, claiming I asked you to. Do you understand how that doesn't help me? You said you weren't homeless, so you should have access to electricity. You aren't responsible with the phone. You don't have it when you need it, and then you message me repeatedly to tell me you were in a car creeping on me for some unknown reason, and you just decided to assign to me as if it's what I asked for. I want you to go through and see the part where you're not going to find it. There is no part where I asked Bryan Wilgus to stay out in the car outside of the local tweaker house and fucking stalk me. It says, let's see. Because you haven't been responsible, I've had to post the stuff with Cynthia and Sharon that could have been kept safe. You are literally doing the same thing as Tiffany and Mike, which has just turned into an expensive shit show of people who are all tweaker time. Whether they are on meth or not. You left for food, a legal paper, and the phone 3 days ago. No call, no show, repeatedly. I don't know about you guys, but if you pay somebody and they leave to go get lunch for the whole crew and they never return, and then you catch them outside of the job site, fucking tweaker status, yeah, that's gonna fucking be pretty freaky, isn't it? Is that gonna bother you? When you message them, hey, you were gonna come back with lunch. Are you okay? Are people fucking with you? I mean, it's not like he didn't tell me that there was multiple third-party violations. He absolutely did. So he types to me, but I don't know what games you're trying to play here. Don't verify me. I was just doing what you asked me to do again with this tweaker shit, putting words in my mouth because he fucking ripped me off. No, that's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. Did I ask him to verify evidence and turn it in with me, or did I ask him to hang out at the local fucking tweaker house? Like, it's completely fucked. I feel bad for all of the people who live on that fucking block. I feel bad for all the people who live on all the blocks surrounding it. Pun and Tiffany go to the same fucking crack house, Greg's Crack House. Bryan Wilgus goes to the same crack house. I've even seen Ernie Chacon down there. I've seen every manner of tweaker at that house. The tweakers that they don't accept, because there's a lot of severely mentally fucked up tweakers out here. Well, they will let the schizophrenic tweakers have their drugs, just the schizophrenic tweakers don't get to hang out. So then you get to see all these schizophrenic tweakers that leave Greg's house and then they go around town and start pulling up manhole covers and grate covers because they're not allowed at Greg's because they have actual mental issues. The other tweakers are not accepting of the mentally ill tweakers, but they still want to make their money. They still want to get their shit. So when he's typing, but I don't know what games you're trying to play here. Don't verify me. I was just doing what you asked me to do, and that was keeping on you, make sure you weren't being victimized. For me, observe that I have, maybe he's having problems typing. Maybe he's pissed off and he's having issues, but he's definitely not typing well, is he? For certainly. I'm trying to make heads or tails of what he's typing here. Sure, you weren't being victimized, for me to observe that I have actually watched that happen or not. So I figure that, yeah, I'm looking to play these games with you. I'm not going to justify my actions for something you hired me to do. No, I fucking didn't. No, I didn't. He's made every excuse just like every other fucking tweaker. No, they don't want to come forward. They want the money. That's what they want. They want the phone. They want to be able to use that phone to call their contacts and get their drugs. The fact that all three of those people, that I gave them those phones and recorded very specifically that those phones were so that they could help me because they were constantly having issues with phones no matter what. There's all these issues with phones. Right? I got issues with phones. I'll admit it. I got a whole shit ton of phones in here because of phone issues. People breaking my phones getting full of evidence, and then I get arrested. I don't get to show the evidence because I'm in jail. So I got to wait till I get out to try to show that. Well, that doesn't work, does it? So, yeah, that's the stuff that he's typing at me. It's not like I'm not literally showing you what he's typing at me. Did I hire him to stalk Andrew Wolnez? No. Did I hire him to stalk me? No. Did I hire him to hang out at the local crack house or stalk the local crack house? No. After being a no-call, no-show for 3 days, and he gets a hold of me to let me know he's staring at me while I'm going for a walk, and then he texts me like 6 or 7 messages all rapid succession telling me he's watching me. Are you fucking kidding me? I would never pay somebody to do that. If I'm going for a walk, I will pay somebody to walk with me because I got to go out in public. I am less likely to get fucked with while I'm in public if somebody else is with me. But this fucking tweaker shit, this is definitely not something I'm going to pay somebody for. Let's see. I'm not going to justify my actions for something you hired me to do. I haven't asked you about anything. I haven't talked about money or anything. He has. He has repeatedly told me that if I give him the money to go do these things, he'll go do them responsibly and be right back. Did he come back responsibly with that phone? No, he didn't. He came back and pretended to have a fucking panic attack. The problem with reading, okay, we can pretend that it's because his glasses are fucking clogged up. Well, he can see just fine to fucking type at me, can't he? He's been in here sober enough to read things, even if only for a few minutes before he started dozing off. Was able to read them just fine. But when he's fucked up on drugs and all wonky-eyed, he has problems. Of course he does. It wasn't because his glasses were dirty. It was because he was fucked up on drugs and going to sleep. And then I'd have to wake him up because he's snoring. He wipes his eyes and, oh, my eyes are blurry. Oh, my glasses are blurry. Oh, I'm paying attention. No, he was fucking passing out right next to me. Fucking smelled like he shat himself. And, of course, thank goodness for me, I've had a lot of jobs where I've had to wipe some nasty ass. I was able to sit in here while he fucking smelled like shit and was snoring all over. I'd hand him a piece of paper. It's just like the guy before him. I'd hand him a piece of paper and he's all like, that's not fucking help. And that's the problem. You got to keep tweakers entertained. I shouldn't have to fucking keep you entertained. I paid you for work. I paid him to show up. I could pay him 5 hours a day. That's $100 at $20 an hour. Because there isn't a good person in town who's going to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. There are lots of people with phones, like those folks at Safeway, that when something happened, I did call them and they just never fucking answered. When these situations happened, there was a couple of situations that one of them, because Andrew Wolnez was screaming at the top of his lungs through the store. And another one because Andrew Wolnez, after being served the protection order, was given my safe phone number by the courts and was calling me from restricted numbers. And one of those numbers he forgot to block, and it was absolutely his voice. But David Martinez didn't care. This stuff that I'm posting up on YouTube is very specifically because the people who say that they will help me don't. They reword everything I say into something else, like a fucking tweaker. It's hard to believe that all of these people at Safeway who do the same thing aren't also on fucking drugs. As you guys are probably well aware, there are more drug addicts in houses than there is on the streets. He types to me, let's see. I haven't asked you about anything. I haven't talked about money or anything about my time or what I've done yet. As far as me showing up on time, how many times has he said he's going to show up when he wakes up? That he wakes up after 10 o'clock, around 10 o'clock. Or on the other day that he said that, it's around 9 o'clock. So I waited. He's going to come over as soon as he wakes up. He didn't. He showed up at what? That night he showed up at like what, 7:30, 8:30 at night? He also types to me, I've done yet as far as me showing up on time. We have not had a discussion about time frame. We absolutely have. We've discussed this repeatedly, both online and offline. But he doesn't hear that because he's busy making excuses. He's not busy trying to understand. He's not recognizing the issue and making any attempts whatsoever to change it. No, he's doubling down on the excuses. And again, trying to claim I told him to fucking stalk me. Are you fucking kidding me? As far as on time, well, if you say you're coming back, come back. If you say you'll be right back, come right back. Not fuck around all day. Now, regardless of whatever excuses that he has had through all of this, since he's had the phone, he has had the ability to let me know. He has literally never let me know. He just disappears and go off and get fucked up on drugs and forget I exist. And you can tell me, oh, well, he didn't say he was doing those things. No, his actions show it. Every time. He says, we have not had a discussion about time frame. He knew that I had prior obligations. I'd be willing to help you, but I have to adjust my lifestyle to do so. Well, I have to adjust my lifestyle and everything that I have going on to wait on him. When he says he's going to be right back, when he says that he'll take the money and he'll go down and buy the phone, and then he comes back with this goddamn bullshit story. There is always some bullshit story about how he lost his wallet. I lost my wallet. What did I do? I went fucking looking for it. As far as adjusting lifestyle, Jesus Christ. How so? He's hanging out at the same places as before with the same people as before. How is that adjusting his lifestyle? How is hanging out in a car like a fucking tweaker adjusting his lifestyle? It also says, so I'm sorry it doesn't fit to your narrative. That's not my problem, so don't verify me because you can't handle reality. I guess I don't know, not my problem. So yeah, fucking tweaker bullshit. They rip you off, they lie to you, whatever it takes to get their fucking fix. And of course, this is why the first time they wanted to push me, he wants to get the phone. He'll do it. No, I don't fucking trust Bryan. He's a fucking tweaker. You can see through all of this that I tried to do it in a way where I could protect myself from exactly this kind of situation. But it's the fact that I'm in a desperate situation that makes it so that I finally give in. And then he just doesn't show back up. He has never kept his word to show up on time. When it comes to showing up in the morning, he'll show up in the morning when he wakes up. When he said he was going to be up at 9, I figured, might take him as long as 10 to get here. When he says he'll be right back because he lives right next to the police station. The police station is a 10-minute walk for me, and I'm fucking gimpy and using a cane. So for him to disappear for 8 hours or more, or even days, and then I have shit I got to go do. I can't just keep on waiting on him. I have shit I got to go do. I have to find somebody who is sober to help me. Somebody who is not stuck on Tweakertime. Somebody who's not still hanging out over at the Tweaker house. And of course, we can go through my videos. You can tell, yeah, his version is definitely not reality. After no call, no show, not answering any of the text messages, not anything, he texts me while I'm on a walk telling me that he's fucking staring at me from somebody's fucking car. You fucking kidding me? He types, it's not verify, it's vilify. It's what I'm saying. Don't turn me into an enemy. No, I'm not vilifying him. I'm stating very specifically what he's doing. I am stating very specifically what he is doing. And I'm stating very specifically why. But he types, it's not verify, it's vilify. Yes, he is the poor innocent victim after lying to me and fucking ripped me off repeatedly. We have at least a dozen situations where Bryan Wilgus has done exactly that. At least a dozen. Yes, I want to try to believe him because I need the help. I'm in a desperate situation. And he types, don't turn me into an enemy. I'm not doing anything other than what you've asked me to do. And again, here he is doing what tweakers do, trying to put it on me. It's my fault that he didn't keep his word. It's my fault because he wants to put words in my mouth and claim that I asked him to do tweaker shit, that I asked him to go hang out at the tweaker house or hang out in the cars with some other tweaker. No, I don't need people doing tweaker shit. That is definitely never what I asked this guy to do. He claimed he was sober and he's showing that he's not. It also says, let me make sure that I show you guys that, of course. And then he types to me, what you've asked me to do. And so for all you're doing is preventing me from doing it. No, I'm not. There's a spot right next to me, and I've already proven that even if he fucking shits his pants and fucking stinks to high goddamn heaven, I will fucking deal with it. So then how am I preventing him from looking at evidence? How am I preventing him from sitting right here and looking at evidence? I'm still waiting. He types, and so for all you're doing is preventing me from doing it. But like I said, we have not had any discussions about any timeline. Yes, we absolutely have. He goes out of his way to start talking over it and telling me that he'll be here and gives me a approximate time of in the morning and then shows up at fucking 7:30, 8:30 or fucking midnight. Like, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, he says, we have not had any discussions about any timeline when I should be showing up there, creeping up on you, being creepy. Come on, grow up. I'm just merely observing. No, he's not. He's fucking stalking me now. And that's fucking creepy. Yes, it is creepy to have somebody who was a no-call, no-show and literally stole your money. All right? He didn't borrow it. He fucking stole it. He straight up stole it. He straight up took my money and never came back with it. Never came back with food, never came back with a telephone, none of it. He wants to say that we never talked about time. Well, how about if I'm in a hurry and I'm going to do something, or I need to go do something, and you volunteer, or if I give you money to go do that something, if I specifically give you money so that you can go do that. The fact is, if you don't show back up, if you say it'll be faster because you're on a bike, it'll be faster because you're on a bike. No, I can walk down to Fred Meyer's and back with a cane. Yes, I will be in severe fucking pain afterwards, but I can walk down to Fred Meyer's and back. In a much shorter amount of time than 3 fucking days. He types, he's just merely observing. No, dude, just go the fuck away. No, I'm not asking people to stalk my fucking house. I'm asking to look at actual goddamn evidence. When you tell me you're sober, be fucking sober. Seriously. He also typed, and as far as money goes and you being rich, we don't have that discussion. I'm not rich. I know you're not rich, but I would expect you to pay me what you owe me for the time that I've been there, which would come to $195, removing the $80 that you owe me. Well, apparently after fucking stealing from me and ripping me off, he wants a bunch more goddamn money. I've already given him hundreds of dollars that he ran off with. And then I'm supposed to just accept that my money is gone because every single time there's another bullshit excuse. Every single time it's always somebody else's fault. Yeah, but what about the money? Saying that we've never talked about money. No, we absolutely did. I said that I will pay somebody $20 an hour to help me. I need them to verify evidence and turn it in with me. We haven't gotten to the turn it in with me part because we can't get him or any of these other tweakers to actually seriously verify it. Now, as far as paying by the hour, holy shit, he has been literally paid hundreds of dollars in addition to the $100 that he ran off with for that $54 phone. I tell him I have all those things, but immediately afterwards, he's got to go do something. This is how tweakers operate. This is why you can't rely on tweakers. So here he's trying to play fucking victim. Thank goodness I have the recordings with him. Like, this tweaker rips me off for a bunch of money and fucking stalks me. He tells me he's friends with Andrew Wolnez, steals my money repeatedly, doesn't show up, doesn't come back when he says he will, doesn't call, is a no-call, no-show repeatedly. Holy shit. So then, of course, we'll make sure we show you this part again. So he's typing to me, I've been there, which would come to $195, removing the $80 that you owed me or that I owed you, excuse me, and that the time that I spent going through all your files and stuff on YouTube, that comes up to another $214, which I concluded my payment today because I assume that we're done working, and I quit working at 10:45 tonight and I started working at 9:45 this morning. Are you on fucking drugs? Are you on fucking drugs? Yes, he's on fucking drugs. Maybe we can go through and we can count how much money I've given him just on fucking YouTube. How about the time that he showed up repeatedly? He's been paid for his time. He's not being paid for the work he's doing. I said 20 an hour. He's gotten more than $20 a fucking hour for when he's been here. Over $20 an hour. And counting the money that he's ripped me off for, that's probably another $400 easily. Did I ask him to fucking show up at 9:45 across the street and fucking do tweaker bullshit? If he had the phone at 9:45 in the fucking morning and he's been there since 9:45 in the fucking morning yesterday, you'd think that he would have fucking messaged me, I don't know, 9:45 in the fucking morning instead of way fucking late in the day when I'm going for a walk. No, this is some goddamn tweaker bullshit. And he types all of that crap. Like, no, I'm not going to pay a fucking tweaker to build shit that I can build for myself. I'm not going to pay a tweaker to show up and fucking waste my time. Except that I have to, because I said by the hour. And so I did, by the hour. But now he was wanting to pretend that the money that he stole from me is wages for something that is obviously fucking crazy. This is what tweakers do. This is tweaker mentality. He also typed, I want another thing telling you what's going on. It's not making excuses. I'm not removing myself of any accountability. No, he absolutely has. Everything that he has typed has removed his accountability. Everything that he has typed has removed his accountability. He isn't accountable for fucking getting twacked out of his gourd and coming down and fucking shitting himself right next to me. He's not accountable for coming right back when he says he will. He's not accountable with the money that he says that's my money. It is my money, not his. The money for that phone was not his money. Now, he has permission to use that phone because he has it, but that phone in specific is for helping me, not for fucking getting a hold of your tweaker buddies. If you're going to get a hold of your tweaker buddies, that's not my business. At the same time, that phone is my business. The money for that phone is my business. The purpose for that phone is my business. So he types, I'm not removing myself of any accountability that needs to go on. I don't need to do that, and I don't need to justify anything I do to you or anybody else. Theft, yeah, you go ahead and justify all you want. That's what his excuses are. Justification. Well, that doesn't justify it. If you go and assault somebody, and then that person speaks up about you, that doesn't justify the assault. That's an insane way of thinking. That's the way of thinking of someone who doesn't have any accountability. This is the type of people that I have to deal with because police won't do their fucking jobs. Civilians don't give a shit about the homeless. They'll let the police do whatever the fuck they want to homeless people. And unfortunately, those of us who are out here disabled, we are being victimized by people like this. Every day we are victimized. Every single day. Now, we might go a few days or even a few months without being called names. We might get that lucky. But as far as the way that we are treated by the public, we are not treated like humans. We are not treated like people. Through all this, while the Bollingers and their friends will grab literally anything that I type and try to pull one little piece out of context to pretend that I'm some horrible person. This right here, I'm showing you all of it. He types to me, don't need to justify anything I do to you or anybody else. Well, yeah, I don't actually care about your excuses. I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. What I give a fuck about is the fact that you took my money and ran. It also says, and I appreciate if you stop trying to categorize me as like other people. I'm nothing like other people. Thank you. Well, he is. He's got two eyes. He's got a nose. He's got a mouth. And he's a lying POS. Yeah, what have I come to expect from neurotypicals? Certainly not honesty. The problem with being autistic is that we are honest. And of course, this guy right here, oh yeah, it's some personal attack against him. No, it's not a personal attack against him. It is his actions I'm speaking up about. The amount of time that he's wasted, the fact that he doesn't stop to think that I have a life too. When you say you're going to show up, show up. He also types, I'm nothing like other people, thank you. And for the more you don't know a damn thing about me, and I really don't care. I don't give a shit. I honestly do not give a shit. I'm not paying him to talk about himself. I'm not paying him to come hang out. I'm not paying him to run away and go do fucking drugs at the crack house across the street or to fucking sit in a car for fucking 13 goddamn hours. This is fucking tweaker shit. And it's what I have to expect from tweakers. Whether they say they're sober or not, their actions show different. And then he types about me, and I really don't care what narrative you have in your head. Well, I don't need a narrative in my head. I've got the fucking truth. I've got the goddamn evidence. It says, and you can hear him yourself in the live recordings. You can hear him snoring in the background while I'm trying to show him stuff. You can hear him saying if I give him money, he'll come right back. He's got a bike. It's fast. But he types, and I really don't care what narrative you have in your head of me, is that's not my problem. But if you want things done, I'm trying to do them. I don't care about anything else other than that task. What things? What things? Is he looking at evidence or is he becoming evidence? Is he looking at the excuses and the abuse that I've had to go through at the expense of others? Oh no, these weren't at the expense of others. These were always at my expense. My expense. Again, did I ask him to sit across the street, all tweaker status, and fucking stalk the place? No. But he's over there anyway with those druggy folks. So, I mean, what the hell? He's over there anyway. He might as well pretend that he's working and get some money. No, I am paying you to sit next to me and verify goddamn evidence so that we can call it in together. I need you to, before we do any of that, I need you to sit down with me and look at evidence while you're fucking sober, which hasn't happened. And then he types, oh, let me make sure I show you that. Now, am I hiding this shit? Am I hiding this? Did I hide what I typed? No. Did I hide what he typed? No. He also typed, and you can stop with that passive-aggressive bullshit with me, okay? I don't need it. I don't deserve it. And I'm not going to tolerate it. I treat you to respect. I expect the same thing. Thank you. No, he doesn't. He doesn't treat me with respect. He treats me like a fucking mark. That's what he treats me like. He bullshits me, but don't follow through. Now, this passive-aggressive, this isn't passive-aggressive. What Andrew Wolnez was pulling over there at the fucking Safeway last week, that was passive-aggressive. What I'm doing is not passive-aggressive. I'm being very direct. I am very angry for a very good reason. As far as the respect thing, you don't respect me enough to show up when you say you will. If you tell me you'll be here in the morning after you wake up and you'll wake up around 9, yeah, we did establish a timeline there that you're going to show up before 11:59 a.m. in the morning after you wake up. Now, I have tried to establish a time. I have explained to him time and again, we need to make these calls during the day. As far as him getting paid to hang out, that's basically what he's gotten. He has gotten paid over $20 an hour for coming to hang out. And then, in addition to the over $20 an hour, he got paid to hang out, and he got paid offline and online time. When he was here, offline, still talking, he still got paid. So Of course, I didn't type anything nice back to him. I typed, "You aren't doing what I asked you to do. I never asked you to creep on the house. I asked you to look at and verify evidence and help turn it in. That's it. What the fuck tweaker shit you got going in your head?" Like, yeah, fucking tweakers over at fucking Greg's. What the hell? Yeah, you goddamn right I type curse words. Of course I fucking do. I don't like getting stolen from. I don't like being ripped off. I don't like people going off and manufacturing shit to do that's going to eat up a whole bunch of time for me too. Like when I'm hurrying up and waiting him because it'll be faster for him to do it on a bike. And I typed, "What the fuck tweaker shit you got going on in your head? You have given me a week of bullshit and excuses. I have not read everything you typed yet, but the fact is," and we just read it. Yeah, that's actually the first time I got to read through all of that. You're welcome. It says, "But the fact is, I've been very direct. You changed the deal because you don't want to look at evidence or turn it in. That's as simple as it is. The phone is useful to him. He can use it to contact other people and get his drugs easier. This is some goddamn tweaker bullshit. This is not okay." And this is why, of course, that lady who was supposedly sober, Sharon, who was also a no-call, no-show repeatedly, and I get the apologies afterwards. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand you guys apologizing afterwards. How about, I don't know, keep your fucking word?